Hey there kind people, it's me Eun-bi. I know all of us have some weird K-pop confession and stories, some silly little embarrassing thing we all did when we just got into K-pop, or something that we still do. As a K-pop fan, I also have some weird but still relatable K-pop confession, which is this video is about. Also share some of your K-pop confession in the comment and let's get started. I don't watch any teasers or concept photos, at least I try not to. Well, it is one of my habit. I also do the same with movies and series. Before watching something, the more or less I know about that is better. I even watch some anime just by hearing their name or watching the poster. You can also try that. You will get a totally new experience, plus you will not feel disappointment because you don't know what will you get. You have no expectation from it. Now it has become my habit, so I try to do the same with the K-pop teasers as well. But this is the age of internet, or I should say age of TikTok, although I'm not there. Let's say reels or short, because that's the same, where you don't even know what will you watch next. You don't even need to scroll, it will scroll for you, so it is too hard to avoid those. But one thing is certain, it always brings disappointment. Like Itzy sneakers era. At first they posted the concept photo which gives a royal vibe, but we all know how that ends. So for your own good, you should avoid teasers and concept photos. I'm really bad with faces and names. Now before you call me racist, I like to let you know I'm also an Asian, plus I face the same problem with American shows too. Actually, I find it more harder to separate Americans. For example, you guys probably know the show named Dark. It was mostly about timetable. Anyway, there were so many older people and I was having a hard time following along their story. I was like, isn't this guy was in the cave? How did he get to the police station this fast? And isn't he was growing crops a moment ago? Why he is now a police officer? I guess you got my point. You guys know how much I love StayC, but I can only remember 4 of them perfectly. To this date, I sometimes forget Somi's and Ice's faces. It is not even like if I know someone, I will remember their faces always. Within group, I can identify each of them, but if you randomly show someone's picture to me, there is a possibility 80% of the time I might not recognize them. The same goes for the name. I am really bad with name in general. I usually don't try to look at the spelling, I just see the first few letters and pronounce what is closest to that. Like one time on Discord, there was someone named Enhilep and I called him Alligator. Other than that problem, I also have a pronunciation problem which is not intentional. It is just sometimes I pronounce it wrong, although I know the correct pronunciation. Yuna and all the name with U is an example of that. I know it is pronounced Yuna, but sometimes I pronounce it Una or Yuna. Same goes with Yuki, I pronounce it Uki. In my mind, I pronounce it Yuki, but when I hear the recording, it turns out different. I don't usually follow comebacks. It might be a big reveal as a K-pop fan, but I'm kinda like an old school K-pop fan. As you know, I don't see any teasers at all. I don't even check out when someone going to make a comeback unless I get to know while scrolling Instagram. That's a totally different story. Even if I know, I don't sit in front of my monitor waiting when it will be released. The funny thing is, if I don't have any intention to make a video about it, I don't even watch it on the day of its release. Sometimes months go by, sometimes year, I still don't watch. Like I still didn't watch Text is chasing that feeling. It's not like I always do the same. I watch when I get the mood. I never went to a K-pop concert. I know it is true for many of you, and I'm sure there are many different reasons for that. Like there are some countries where K-pop groups never visited. However, that's not true for me. I had many chances. If I wanted to go, I could, but I was broke, and still I am. Plus, the organizer of my country sucks. K-pop concerts are for fans, not for any political party who needs entertainment. There was a time when I was about to go to my first concert, but I couldn't go because I had an exam on the same day. I was really sad for that. Then I watched some fan cams and their experience who went. First, they put a music video in their background and they were performing in front of that. I recently watched Seraphim also had the same in their Overwatch concert, so maybe that is a concert thing. Then there were 2 types of tickets, VIP and normal, but both of them had to stand in the same place cause VIP spots were taken by some political parties and their families. So I decided if I ever go to a K-pop concert, it must be outside of my country, maybe in Japan or Philippines. Also, I like to say I attended to some concerts before, but those are my country's bands, so I already experienced how a concert feels, but I don't know how much different a K-pop concerts feel. I never bought any K-pop album. Again, it's mainly because I am broke and the price of a K-pop album is not a joke. It is damn expensive. If I had money, I would spend that on food rather than a piece of cardboard. Also, at this age of time, album lost its meaning. The album used to be a CD which contains all the songs. That time CD was the only way people could listen to the B-sides. Some album to this day still features a CD, but who has a CD player anyway? The only reason people buy album is for photo cards. If I want to do for that, then I can buy a boy group album cause that screams gay, and if I want to buy a girl group's album, still I have to think, cause at this time of K-pop, most K-pop idols are younger than me, mostly around 13 to 14 years old, so it is not ethical for me having a child's photo in my room. I guess you got my point. Although I keep my relationship with idols more pure, I treat them like any other celebrities, not like they are my friends, not my girlfriend at all. I know most K-pop fans sexualize their idol, which is okay to be honest. I mean, most K-pop girls tends do that with their male idols, so I mean, a boy can do that too. Many people also say they buy album to support their idol. Makes sense. I would love to support them, but buying their merch, which will also benefit me, maybe cleaning the floor, because for some reason going outside wearing a merch is not cool. People will laugh at you for some reason. That makes no sense to me. I never listened to a whole album until I started making album reviews. Yeah, it's not like I never listened to any B-side before. I mostly like to listen to music in shuffle and from the playlist Spotify makes for me, like daily mixes and artist radio and all. So there are some cases where I listen to the whole album but separately. I never listened to the whole album in one sit until I started making K-pop albums reviews. I don't know, I found that boring, and listening to the same voices over and over makes my head feel dizzy. That's the reason I still didn't review any full albums. I need so much courage to do that, which I totally don't have. I never been part of a fan war. I know that might be a bit shocking. Actually, I like to be reader slash watcher in fan wars. I watch two people fight over something and I just sit there and enjoy the show, cause I think no one can win an online war against me. I mean, how will they if I just don't say anything? Plus, I think these are for people with no brain cell. If someone tries to mock me, my simple reply is, yeah, sure. The closest fan war I had is with this girl when I tried to defend Wani after the IU Next final, and recently with this girl when she said greedy to ex-Daya member Unche. There I tried to reply with most logically. Other than that, no one in my comment section brings fan war. I mean, how will they? No one even comments. Still, if they do, they all agree to disagree. My comment section is wholesome. I mean, too wholesome. What you guys are doing? Do something. I like to watch fan war slash two brainless people fight. I would love to be the referee. Joking aside, I love my comment section, although it is mostly empty, but I'm proud of you guys. I guess that's all for now. Watch this video of mine and let me know what else I can do. Click that glowing subscribe button, and if you want to support me more, join my Patreon and follow me on Instagram. You will find everything in the description. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, have an awesome life.